In a strict Islamic country of 230 million Muslims, hidden in the mountains lives a tiny pagan tribe that still worships ancient gods, drinks wine, and dances with the dead. And one woman became a pilot, then quit everything to stop her people from being erased. Here are 10 forbidden truths about the Kalash. Let's go. Number 10. The Polytheistic Oasis. Pakistan is 96% Muslim. Over 230 million people follow Islam. The call to prayer echoes from tens of thousands of mosques across the country 5 times a day. But hidden in the remote valleys of the Hindu Kush mountains, there's a place where none of that exists. The Kalash are one of the last tribes on Earth practicing an ancient polytheistic religion that predates Islam by thousands of years. They don't worship Allah, they worship nature deities with names like Mahandeo, Sajagor, and Balumain, gods of the mountains, forests, and rivers. Their worldview is animistic. Every stream has a spirit, every tree has a soul, every rock tells a story. Today, only about 3,500 Kalash people remain, making their faith one of the rarest on the planet. They're surrounded by 230 million Muslims, yet they've refused to convert for centuries. They are a living fossil of pre-Islamic Central Asian culture, holding on to beliefs that the rest of the region abandoned over 1,000 years ago. In a country where religious minorities face immense pressure to conform, the Kalash are a defiant miracle of survival. Number 9. The blue-eyed mystery, Alexander's ghost. When you first see the Kalash, your brain does a double take. Fair skin, blonde hair, blue and green eyes. In the middle of Pakistan, one of the darkest-skinned regions on Earth, these people look like they walked out of Scandinavia. For centuries, a popular legend claimed they are the direct descendants of Alexander the Great's soldiers who stayed behind after his conquest in 326 BCE. The story goes that after Alexander's exhausting march through Central Asia, some of his Greek and Macedonian troops refused to go any further. They settled in these valleys, married local women, and their European features have been passed down through 2,300 years. Modern DNA analysis tells a more complex story. The Kalash aren't Greek. Their genetics show they've been isolated in these mountains for thousands of years, long before Alexander arrived. Their unique appearance is the result of extreme genetic isolation, generations of intermarriage within a tiny population, preserving recessive traits like light eyes and hair that would normally disappear in a larger gene pool. But the Alexander legend refuses to die. It's too romantic, too mysterious. And it's a reminder that human history is far messier and more fascinating than the clean narratives we're taught. Whether Greek or not, the Kalash are living proof that isolated populations can preserve ancient genetic and cultural traits against all odds. Number 8. Dancing with the dead. In most cultures, funerals are quiet, solemn affairs. People dress in black. They weep in silence. They speak in hushed tones about the deceased. The Kalash do the opposite. They celebrate. Traditionally, the Kalash didn't bury their dead underground. They placed bodies in wooden coffins and left them on open hillsides, exposed to the elements. The belief was that the body needed to return to nature directly, not be hidden away in the earth. The coffins would sit there for years, slowly weathering away, until only bones remained. But the most striking element is the funeral itself. When a Kalash person dies, the entire community gathers not to mourn in silence, but to honor the life lived. They play drums, they sing songs, they dance. People share stories about the deceased. Funny stories, proud stories, embarrassing stories. There's grief, absolutely. But there's also joy. To the Kalash, death is not an ending. It's a transition. The person's body returns to the mountains that gave them life. Their spirit joins the ancestors who watch over the valleys. And the community celebrates the fact that this person existed at all, that they contributed to the tribe's survival for one more generation. In a world obsessed with sanitizing and hiding death, the Kalash face it with music, movement, and gratitude. Number 7. Sacred wine, the forbidden tradition. Alcohol is strictly forbidden in Pakistan. The country operates under Islamic law, and drinking is not only culturally taboo, it's illegal. Possession of alcohol can result in fines, imprisonment, or public lashing. Even for non-Muslims, obtaining alcohol requires special permits and discretion. But for the Kalash, wine isn't just allowed, it's sacred. They've been producing their own grape wine in these valleys for thousands of years, long before Islam arrived in the region. The tradition has been passed down through generations, and it's not about getting drunk. It's a ceremonial act. Wine is used in religious ceremonies to honor their gods. It's shared during festivals to bond the community. It's offered to guests as a sign of hospitality and trust. In Kalash culture, to refuse wine when offered is to refuse friendship. When they toast, they're not just drinking. They're acknowledging the divine in nature, celebrating survival, and maintaining a connection to their ancestors who did the same thing in these exact valleys centuries ago. In a region where strict religious laws govern every aspect of life, the Kalash have fought fiercely to preserve this freedom. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's cultural survival. Every sip of wine is an act of resistance, a declaration that they will not erase their identity to fit someone else's rules. And somehow, against all odds, they've managed to keep this tradition alive. Number 6. Female autonomy, the right to choose. In much of Pakistan and Central Asia, women's lives are heavily controlled. Marriages are arranged by fathers. Divorce is nearly impossible. A woman who leaves her husband faces social death, shame, isolation, and sometimes violence. But the Kalash are different. In Kalash culture, women have the right to choose their husbands. If a woman is unhappy in her marriage, she has the right to leave and marry someone else. This isn't a modern reform. It's been part of their tradition for as long as anyone can remember. Here's how it works. If a woman decides to leave her husband for another man, the new husband pays a compensation fee to the former one. It's not a punishment. It's a way to maintain social peace and acknowledge the investment the first husband made in the marriage. The amount is negotiated based on factors like how long they were married and whether they had children. Once the payment is made, the matter is settled. No violence, no honor killing, no community shunning. Kalash women walk freely in the valleys. They don't wear burqas. They're not segregated from men. They participate in festivals, speak their minds in public, and have a voice in community decisions. It's a system that would be considered shockingly progressive anywhere, but especially here, surrounded by some of the most patriarchal societies on Earth. This level of female autonomy is one of the reasons the Kalash face so much outside pressure. To conservative forces, Kalash women represent a dangerous alternative, proof that women can have freedom and society doesn't collapse. And that idea is a threat to the entire patriarchal order. We're halfway through the secrets of the Kalash. If you're shocked by what you're learning, hit that subscribe button right now, because the next 5 facts get even more intense. And number 1, it's a story of sacrifice that will change how you see success. Let's continue. Number 5, the Bashaleni, the Purity House. The Kalash have a concept that outsiders find deeply controversial, the division of life into pure and impure. And one of the most misunderstood traditions centers around a place called the Bashaleni, the menstruation house. During menstruation or childbirth, Kalash women temporarily move to a communal house where they stay together, separated from the rest of the village. To modern Western eyes, this looks like sexist isolation, like women are being punished for their biology. But the reality is more nuanced. In Kalash belief, menstruation and childbirth are moments of powerful spiritual transformation, and they require separation from daily life to maintain cosmic balance. But here's what critics miss. In the Bashaleni, women rest. They're excused from all household chores. They don't cook, clean, or take care of children. They just exist together in a space where men can't enter. For many Kalash women, the Bashaleni isn't a prison, it's a break. In a culture where women work incredibly hard managing homes, raising children, and farming, this is a guaranteed period of rest. It's a space where older women pass down knowledge to younger ones, where friendships are strengthened, where women have privacy and autonomy. Is it perfect? No. Does it reflect beliefs about impurity that can be harmful? Possibly. But it's also a tradition that Kalash women themselves defend when outsiders criticize it. It's a reminder that cultural practices can't always be judged by outside values. What looks like oppression from one angle might be sacred rest from another. Number 4, The Chilam Joshi Festival, spring's wild celebration. Every May, when the snow melts and the valleys explode with wildflowers, the Kalash celebrate one of their most important festivals, Chilam Joshi. It's a 3-day spring festival celebrating fertility, renewal, and the power of nature. And it's one of the most joyful, colorful spectacles you'll ever see. The women dress in their finest traditional clothing, black robes embroidered with vibrant reds, yellows, and greens. Their headdresses are masterpieces, stacked high with cowrie shells and decorations that jingle as they move. They wear so much jewelry that you can hear them coming from 100 feet away. The festival is all about dancing. For 3 days straight, the valleys echo with the sound of drums and traditional songs. Men and women dance together in circles, and this is where courtship happens openly. Young women choose their dance partners. Romances begin. Proposals are made. It's the Kalash version of speed dating, but with ancient rituals and far better music. But it's not just a party. Chilam Joshi is deeply spiritual. The community makes offerings to their gods, asking for protection, good harvests, and healthy children. They thank the mountains for surviving another brutal winter. They celebrate life in a region where survival is never guaranteed. In recent years, the festival has attracted tourists from around the world. Some come respectfully, others treat it like a human zoo, snapping invasive photos without permission. It's a tension the Kalash navigate carefully, needing the tourism money to survive, but resenting the way outsiders sometimes commodify their culture. Chilam Joshi is a celebration of life, but it's also a reminder that the Kalash are real people, not a museum exhibit. And every year, there are fewer dancers. Every year, the circles get smaller because the people celebrating are disappearing. Number 3. The Existential Threat. They are being erased. The Kalash are dying, not from war, famine, or disease, but from conversion and pressure. In the 1950s, there were more than 10,000 Kalash. Today, only 3,500 remain. Over 6,500 have already disappeared, most of them converted to Islam, some converted by choice, many under heavy pressure, some by force. They are surrounded by conservative Muslim communities that view them as infidels, pagans, and a stain on the land. Extremist groups, including the Taliban, openly call them kafirs, who must be saved or eliminated. They face intimidation, threats, forced conversions, and occasional violence. Even without violence, the pressure is constant and crushing. Kalash children are mocked in schools. Young people are told their traditions are backward and shameful. To get a job, go to university, or do business, many feel forced to hide or abandon their identity. Every conversion is a death sentence for the culture. The Kalash don't recruit new members. If someone leaves, the tribe shrinks forever. They are not asking to rule Pakistan. They just want to be left alone in their valleys. But the world won't let them. In 2026, one of the last surviving ancient pagan cultures on Earth is quietly being erased, while tourists take selfies and the international community stays silent. Number 2. The Embroidered Resistance. Traditional dress as defiance. When you see a Kalash woman walking through a Pakistani city in her traditional dress, you're witnessing an act of defiance, because in a country where women are expected to cover themselves in burqas and hide their faces, Kalash women refuse. The traditional dress is called kupas, a black wool robe embroidered with colors so vibrant they seem to glow. Every pattern has meaning. Every color represents something. Red for life, yellow for the sun, black for the earth. The headdresses are works of art covered in cowrie shells, glass beads, buttons, and sometimes real silver coins that jingle with every step. The embroidery isn't just decoration, it's resistance. These patterns have been passed down from mother to daughter for centuries. Learning to embroider is learning your history, your identity, your place in the unbroken chain of Kalash women who refuse to disappear. And wearing this dress in public is a statement. When conservative forces pressure them to wear hijabs, to cover their faces, to blend in and stop being so visible, Kalash women walk through cities dressed like their grandmothers. They're saying, "We will not hide. We will not be ashamed. We are Kalash, and we will not erase ourselves to make you comfortable." But the pressure is real. Young Kalash women face a brutal choice: wear traditional dress and be marked as other. facing discrimination and harassment, or dress like everyone else and slowly lose their identity. Some choose tradition, some choose survival, and the tribe loses a little more of itself either way. Every time a Kalash woman puts on her traditional dress, she's making a choice: to be seen, to be counted, to say that her people still exist. And in a world trying to erase them, that choice is an act of incredible courage. Number 1. Lakshan Bibi, the pilot who quit the sky to fight for her dying tribe. Lakshan Bibi became the first Kalash woman to fly commercial planes. She had fame, money, and total freedom. But from 30,000 feet, she saw the nightmare below. Her people were vanishing. Every year, more Kalash convert under pressure. Festivals shrink, traditions die. So she made a brutal choice. At the peak of her career, she quit flying. She gave up the cockpit, the salary, and her safety, and returned to the valleys. The cost was brutal. She has received death threats from extremists who want the Kalash wiped out. She has faced kidnapping attempts. She has been beaten and tortured for speaking out. Yet she still fights every single day. Because of her, more Kalash girls now go to school. Because of her, the world is watching. Because of her, the last 3,500 Kalash still have a voice. Lakshan didn't just come back to Earth, she came back to war, to stop her ancient culture from being erased forever. The Kalash are the last breath of an ancient world that refuses to fade away. They're 3,500 people holding on to traditions that the modern world wants to erase, and they're fighting for survival every single day. So here's my question for you. Do you think cultures like the Kalash can survive in the modern world, or are they doomed to disappear? And if they do vanish, what does that say about us? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. If you are moved by Lakshan's courage and the resilience of the Kalash people, subscribe to Culture Shock. We tell the stories the world tries to forget. Thanks for watching. And remember, some traditions are worth fighting for.